Jake Noecker here with Home of Fight, June 7th. UFC is coming back to Newark, New Jersey. Mario Bautista on the card. Mario, how we doing, man?
Doing pretty good, thank you.
And Iowa was where this fight was supposed to go down. Why did we move? Why are you coming to the East Coast?
I don't know. I think some higher up guys, maybe like Hunter, wanted it on a bigger card. At least that's what I heard. So they were a little iffy about putting on the Iowa card to begin with, but yeah, they got it switched over to that Newark, New Jersey card.
And like, does that make you feel good? Like, nah, no fight night. We need you on a pay-per-view, bro.
Uh, yes and no. I mean, luckily it's only a month later. But I was hoping to fight. What was it? Like in March, so I can get like at least 2 or 3 this year. So it just kept getting pushed back. But at least it's settled. It's a big card. So I was pretty happy about that in the end.
And it's a banger. Like Chito Vera, Mario Bautista. That's a good fight for any fan anywhere. So, do you agree with that? Are you excited for this one?
Oh yeah, I am excited. And to me it makes sense. He's coming off a couple losses. He's fought for the title, kind of lost against Figgy there. So we're kind of meeting halfway here. And so yeah, I love the fight. I know he's a gamer. He brings it every time, so I am excited for it.
Did you see this video of him a couple weeks ago pulling a big ass shotgun out on a carjacker?
I did see that. Yeah, he's been having little clips like that. It's yeah, I seen that, and one of my friends, David Mashad, he sent it to me on Instagram, and he's like, Mario, you ain't slick. It just made me laugh. So
it was a skit. There was no real carjacker, so maybe it was you. Maybe you were in on it. I don't know.
Also, it was a skit.
Yeah, it was. I had to look it up today. I was like, I gotta ask him about that.
Yeah, it looked a little iffy. I was like, I don't know, but
it was too smooth,
Yeah, and at the same time, I was thinking like, well, it is California. It could possibly happen.
You never know, man. You never know. But you and Chito, I assume not. But any history, bad blood, or anything, or just a fresh opponent?
No, it's a fresh opponent. I think I've seen him around and stuff. We're under the same management. I think he came to our gym. Oh, must have been like 8 years ago. And I didn't even see him there at the time. I just remember him being there or heard that he was there. But no bad blood, nothing. Just fresh new opponent.
And I mean, the very stereotypical tell me about the styles question is interesting here because Chito is someone who takes a while to get going sometimes, but he's very durable and very exciting. Do you see that playing into this if it goes to the scorecards, or are you very determined to get him out of there earlier? Like, just tell me your thoughts.
Yeah, that is something he's known for. Maybe he'll switch it up. Maybe he's heard enough of it and it's going to finally get started in the first round. So I'm just kind of prepared for anything. I'm just going to start on my own pace. If he's getting left behind, that's on him. But I expect those second and third rounds, I expect him to get turned on a little bit more and start coming after me.
And before I ask you about what's next after beating number 7, which is a big deal there, I want to ask you about, which I'm sure you're probably sick of talking about by now, but the Aldo fight, just because you saw the bad side of the fans, my man. And I guess every fighter has that day where it comes. And obviously now MMA fans, they're great, but they can also suck. So how has that been? Like, were you expecting that at all? Or after that fight, were you like, what the hell is going on?
No, I wasn't expecting it. I mean, not too much. I don't know. I kind of feel like I've started like like a little trend here. I feel like I was like the first one to see like these crazy fans. And then you'd see was it like Jamal Hill got some of it. Some of these other fighters, they're kind of, I don't know, just these fans online especially. And for like a month afterwards, I mean, I was kind of expected. But I feel like I still get messages till this day about it.
I saw a tweet last week. It was like, the middleweight division has a Mario Bautista, and it was a picture of Therese Finley. I was just like, dude, like, leave it alone.
Yeah, it was getting pretty crazy, but I've just gotten used to it. I think when you come to this level, this is kind of like the things. I mean, you don't ask for it, but you're definitely in the limelight. You're prepared for these things, and you got to accept it. It's what comes with a game.
And the fans obviously feel one way, but I mean, there's still half the side, more than that supports you as well. But UFC, like, did you get the sense that they were annoyed with your performance at all, or they didn't care? Like, a win's a win.
Uh, I wasn't sure at first, you know. I wasn't sure what they were thinking, but I ended up getting this Cheeto fight, so
Move to a pay per view.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I'm sure if I'm consistent with that, then they'd maybe get a little upset. But I'm on a 7 fight win streak, and I didn't win any other fight like that. So I don't know. Styles make fights, and this next one coming up, I don't picture it going like that at all. So I'm excited for it, ready to get to that next one.
Now, me, I look at this from the outside and I'm like, this isn't because he had a, boring fight. This is because it was against Jose Aldo, who's beloved, a legend. Do you agree with that? Do you think if it was against someone else, it wouldn't have been this same reaction?
Possibly, if I was like you know, on the prelims, maybe it was my second or third fight in, and I did that to someone who also made their debut or something, they wouldn't even care about it. But yes, I think who it was, everyone was excited for his little comeback there. But yeah, some things get spoiled and people get mad and lose money and this and that. So yeah.
The parlay buster, as as people put it, man. But Rogan, he talks about it on his podcast all the time. Don't break people up. There should, like, it should just be a fight. He would get rid of the cage if it were up to him. Like, he's a purist, or as pure as they come. I'm kind of the same way. It's MMA. It's not boxing, kickboxing. It's mixed martial arts. The clinch is a very real part of that. I train it every day. Like, that's just how it is. Like, do you agree with that, or are you one of those guys that's like, nah, dude, like, I agree with some of the fans. Like, you have to be exciting.
No, no, I agree with Joe Rogan. I think I was listening to that Taporia podcast the other day, and he
Yeah.
was talking about it. And then he was talking about people getting up off the mat, being held down. And I get it, like from a fan's perspective and like the sport, but as a fighter, like you can't let anyone hold you down or hold you against the cage. These are things I learned before I turned pro, with my coaches and stuff. We have ways about getting up, circling off the cage. And so for Aldo just to stay there at this level, and I'm not the first person to do that to him, so for him not to learn and make some changes, I don't know, like I've been saying, like that's on him too. So yeah, I think it's a very important part. Clinch, getting up off the mat, you got to be able to turn the table and get yourself out of those positions.
No referee in a street fight. Am I right?
Exactly.
And my last bit about this is just with the criticism and all that. You said it yourself, styles make fights. So I think I know the answer, but do you feel a need going into this fight to do anything differently because of all this?
No, no, not anything differently. Like I said, like I don't see this fight heading in that direction or
Right.
playing out like that. I'm just gonna keep on doing what I've been doing. Like I said, I'm on this 7 fight win streak, so I ain't gonna change nothing. Each fight happens differently, ends differently. But I see this one being pretty exciting. Just from what I know about Cheeto and how willing he is to fight and just push all the way to the end.
And beating the number 7 guy, that bumps you up very far. I assume next, are you looking at a top 5 opponent?
Yeah, that'd be the next step for me. Get that top 5 opponent, and see how that goes. See how that top 5 opponent goes, and then we'll start talking about the title.
So Merab and O'Malley are booked. I'll ask you about that, but that leaves 4 guys left in the current top 5: Petr Yan, Umar Nurmagomedov, rematch with Corey Sandhagen, or Figueiredo. Any of those stand out the most?
I like it getting past Cheeto. I don't want to look too far forward, but if I get past Cheeto, my number one pick would be against Sandhagen. I would love to get that rematch back, and it would feel a little weird if I somehow passed him in the rankings without fighting him.
Sure.
So I would love to get that one back, and I also like the Petr Yan fight as well. So yeah, but whoever they give me, but I would like the Sandhagen one.
And your last tweet was October 6th of last year. chirping back at Henry Cejudo. Is that out of the rearview mirror? Not even looking at that anymore?
No, I'm not even thinking about Henry anymore. We had our chance to kind of get it going. He took another fight. It didn't end well for him. So yeah, I'm just looking forward ahead at this point.
And you weren't the person that robbed his belt, just to be clear, correct?
I'm gonna be that guy on Chito that walked up on him, took Henry's belt. No, I did not take Henry's belt.
No, I'm just kidding, man. I was just
No,
kidding.
you're
But
good.
just obviously you said you want that Sandhagen fight. He's got Figgy first. That was the card you guys are supposed to be on. So by the time that's over, you'll be fighting, so you'll know the answer. But who do you think takes that one?
I have Sandhagen winning that fight. I think Figgy's really tough. I think Sandhagen just um, I don't see him finishing Figgy, but I think Sandhagen has the tools. Keep the distance, keep him away, and just win a decision there.
And then another one, the biggest one, is the rematch between O'Malley and Merab. Do you think that fight ends the same way, or do you think O'Malley can actually make the adjustments and get it done?
Uh, it depends on Sean. I thought he looked a little, I guess, like a little flat. I guess in their previous fight. Um, the if the person that comes out that fought Cheeto, if that same Sean O'Malley comes out and fights Merab, I think he has a really good chance of knocking Merab out, and that's what he's going to have to do. I think even if Sean is on point, in shape and ready to go, I think he's going to have to knock out Merab because we all know Merab does not stop coming, and it's going to be a long night.
And then are you and O'Malley working together at all? Because you're on the same card again, but I know he's at his own gym now, so I was just curious about that.
Yeah, no, me and Sean haven't worked together. Oh gosh, probably the last one was for his title fight, his Aldo fight. Then afterwards, he started doing all his camps at his own spot there. So it's been a while since I've sparred with him.
Have you guys at least talked, or would you hit him up about Chito? Because he's no stranger to your opponent.
Yeah, he actually came into our gym. I want to say about 4 weeks ago. He was helping one of the younger guys, Ezra Elliott, um, kind of corner him. So we talked about the Cheeto fight. He gave me a few pointers, stuff that we already kind of knew. But he gave me some few pointers. We talked about it and stuff. And yeah, man, I'm excited to be on the same card with him.
And another thing that's happening in the UFC right now, I don't think it'll be in effect for your card, but at least next year, UFC, ESPN, their deal is done. So, UFC's negotiating with other places to stream. The big one is Netflix. And my question is, would it add any level of excitement to be like obviously ESPN is awesome and UFC is awesome, but to be like, yo, my fight's on Netflix. Like, is that cool at all?
Right? No, that I think that would be pretty cool to be able to say that, hey, my fight's on Netflix, this and that. So I think it'd be pretty cool. Netflix is everywhere, and it's just something new and fresh. I think I've seen only one, was that Mike Tyson fight
Yeah.
versus that's the only thing I've seen on Netflix fight wise. So I think it'd be pretty cool. I think it'd be pretty exciting.
Makes me nervous. You watch Kill Tony?
No, I've seen a bunch of clips.
Well, they did an episode on Netflix last week. It was just weird. It was weird.
I heard, yeah, people said it was weird. It was it felt awkward or something. You couldn't hear like the audience laugh or something like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
I just hope Netflix doesn't, if it is Netflix, I hope they don't do anything weird. I hope they keep it good, but everybody has Netflix, man. I think it could be huge for the sport, and especially you guys as the fighters.
Yeah, and I think it'd be awesome. I think Dana would be on top of it too, making sure everything went smoothly. So I think it'd be pretty cool.
Now, are you team get rid of pay-per-views as well? Because that's a rumor too, but I mean, obviously there's nothing set in stone or anything.
Uh, I'm not too sure about the pay-per-views. If the guys are still getting paid at the end the same amount they would for a pay-per-view, yeah, that'd be cool. You would have to pay $80 or whatever
Be
it
nice,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, if it's just a subscription, I mean, that'd be awesome. That'd make it fan friendly for sure.
And don't incriminate yourself here, but I assume you watch pay-per-views and buy them. If that is the case, do you put that on like your tax write-off or anything? Is that, you can do that, right?
Exactly, and that's why I do buy it. I'm like,
Same.
I'll just get it. I could write this off. So yeah, but my friends, I won't say any names. they're gonna get raided one of these days for sure.
Back before I knew about that little trick, I may have done some bad things myself. But Mario, we're at 15 minutes here. Do you have time for like 1, 2, or 3 minute thing I want to do?
Yeah, you're good, man.
All right. So this is you can call it ironic, call it whatever. It's kind of service to the fans, but I just think it's funny and I want to hear your opinion. Last time, I think we did pound for pound best bantamweight ever or something like that. But this time, I want to do pound for pound most exciting UFC fighter to watch.
Okay.
So I'll give you 2 names. We go down the list, and the winner at the end is the winner. You don't have to give me a crazy explanation. The name will do whatever you want to do. Okay.
Sure.
So here we go. First up, 2 very exciting guys. This whole list is hard. Justin Gaethje or Michael Chandler?
Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje moving on from Michael Chandler. What about Justin Gaethje or Ilia Topuria?
I'm gonna go Justin again.
I would agree there. Justin moving on. This might be the hardest one on the whole list here. Justin Gaethje or Dustin Poirier?
Justin Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje, I love it. I actually asked Santiago Ponzinibbio yesterday, and he had it Dustin, so I like the difference there. So Justin Gaethje moving on. What about Justin Gaethje or, especially recently, Khamzat Chimaev?
Okay, it's getting tough. I'm gonna go Hamzat on that one.
Just because of the pace?
Yeah, he just touches the gloves and he's already on the legs, so he gets started right away.
All right, this one's a little bit opposite, though. Khamzat Chimaev or Alex Pereira?
Hamzat, for sure.
If you're favoring the wrestling style, it could be more of the same, but Khamzat Chimaev or Max Holloway?
I'm going to go Hamzat still, yeah.
However, can we agree that the Holloway-Gaethje knockout is maybe the most entertaining moment in history?
No, that was crazy. Last few seconds, yeah.
Insane.
That was crazy.
But Khamzat moving on still. What about Khamzat Chimaev or Alexander Volkanovski?
I'm going to go Hamzat still, yeah.
All right, this one's going to be tough then because we got another grappler coming in. Khamzat Chimaev or Charlie Oliveira?
That's a tough one. I'm going to go Oliveira on that one.
Oliveira, my last one. This one, I don't know, man. The fans, we'll see how they feel. Charles Oliveira or Mario Bautista?
I'm going to be humble again. I think I was humble in that last one, too.
Yeah, you were.
I'm going to go Oliveira. Oliveira's, yeah. Just because he can mix it up everywhere, like standing up, on the ground, submissions, and lately he's been doing pretty good, so that was my pick.
Charles Oliveira, pound for pound most exciting fighter in the UFC, yeah?
Yes.
Now, I mean, don't overlook it, though, because Bautista and Chito Vera is going to be a banger written all over it. But Mario, man, thank you for your time. Appreciate you as always, dude. Before I get you out of here, anything you'd like to say to all your fans?
I just want to say thanks to all the fans. Thanks to my team for supporting me, MMA Lab, and Radium Sports Agency for bringing me up to this point in my career. So I'm excited, ready to get this fight on, and can't wait.
June 7th, UFC 316, Mario Bautista looking to get back in the win column, but stay in the win column. You're streaking, my man. Thank you so much for your time. Can't wait. Hopefully I'm there in person for you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.